Gee, Ma, do you think you were a traitor? And to that, Violet said, no, actually I don't. But I don't know if Wedge would ever come to understand that. Uh, I think I set him free. I set them both free. Uh, the, the ideals they had and their dreams, I understood. But Wedge had never married. He didn't have children. He didn't have a prospect of having children. It was different with me and with Jules. Another thing, Wedge was bonded already to land, to a piece of land, and bonded and supported by his family. I think I set him free. Uh, See, I might have ended up, when that didn't work out with Jules, it would have been conceivable that I might have turned to Wedge, but no, they needed to go their own way. Now, Jules, he ended up later remarrying again. He had children, and he did practice law. So he had to give up his attempt at the more simple life of the time. And Wedge, he also married, finally. He married a local girl, a neighboring dairy farmer's daughter, actually, and he had children too. But from what Lance has said, he just continued the way he was. He didn't change in spite of having the children. But then he had a support structure, and I guess, I mean, a lot of this I don't know. I never expected to hear from him again. I wasn't going to try to make him understand. I just let it go, and he never actually called me a traitor, but that's what I understood. That's what I think he thought. Well, enough about that. She turned the car back on now and got on the road, and they headed to Richland. And as they were getting nearer, they were beginning to think about, were they going to get there before Lance? And what didn't help that was the traffic was going slow. When they got toward the center of the city, it was unusual because this was Thursday and they were going into the city late in the day. You'd think there wouldn't be much traffic along the main avenues, and there wasn't much traffic. It was just going so slow, and they wondered, what's going on. And they down then they could see way ahead. Now they were on Avalon Avenue now, and they were pretty close to home actually, but still the traffic was just going along so slow. And they looked way down, and they could see there was something unusual way down there. It was like a big box, a big cardboard box, and it was on one wheel and seemed to be moving along. And what the traffic was doing was they were going up and around it, but they were going so slow. And as they got closer and closer, they noticed that box had sleeves, bright orange sleeves. And that wasn't one wheel, that was the back of a bicycle. They were looking at Lance. And as they went up and had their turn to go by, see, everybody was looking at the strange sight. This guy in overalls and with the gaudy sleeves and the big box on his back, and that was slowing traffic up so much. And when they went by, to tell you the truth, when Elaine looked over, they didn't draw attention to him because it looked like he was just concentrating, but she had her heart swelled a little bit with pride to know this guy, whatever he was up to.